Uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes. 1 second.
Robotics in Sangeeta Ma'am's login is not there visible. Sangeeta Ma'am is not there joining the party. So if it is Sangeeta Ma'am
You
is
just-
logged in, we will call her. Otherwise, we'll go to the next person.
Straight away, it will be Shobana.
Shobana. If in case she is not logged in, I will also let you
Day after day, after day, after day, after day, after day, of not knowing night from day, of being there, of holding hands, of being on one's feet, of being on call, of being recalled, of hours non-stop, of racing against the clock, of fighting a pandemic in a battle epic, of holding on to every breath, of not
Hi Ratish. Ratish, why is there a buzz on in the audio visual? Some microphone issue or what? Just check that, please.
I'll check it, sir. I'll check it.
day after day, after day, after day, after day, after day, of not knowing night from day, of being there, of holding hands, of being on one's feet, of being on call, of being recalled, of hours non-stop, of racing against the clock, of fighting a pandemic in a battle epic, of holding on to every breath, of not knowing when the days will end, but knowing.
There's still a buzz.
Okay.
Day after day after day after day after day after day.
Happy Doctor's Day, Dad.
Day, Shobu. And you're going to make the next Doctor's Day.
Anupam.
Hi, Nishobna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chairman.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful thing that you've done all the years.
Thank you,
We
sir.
have much more to do.
Thank you, sir.
Who else has signed in? Ratish? Who's Ratish is from HR. They're conducting it, so.
Hari had over 200,000 people yesterday. Hari,
Huh?
for the vaccination drive, his mega camp.
200,000. But here, all states are complaining. Rather, there are no vaccine, they couldn't give even one.
Ask Hari, he'll tell you.
The team did a great job yesterday, so they did more than 200,000 and they have enough vaccine to last them for the next 60 days.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, because when the
It's
minister
really
was coming,
heartening
we
because
had a crisis.
The first thing I put the TV on in the morning, that was all the thing, all states, starting from UP, they said that they couldn't vaccinate at all.
Yesterday, we did about 9% of the total country's vaccination, sir. Yesterday as it is.
Hi, Sunita.
Hi, Suni.
See, there, you are on mute.
Muted.
You look good, Shobu.
Hi, I'm in sunny side.
I finished my weekly target of 130 kilometers.
Amazing. On Thursday morning.
And it's Thursday, yeah.
Amazing.
I really, I noticed.
Is that the prescription you're given to give it to all doctors to give it to their patients? So, cycle.
Yeah,
Okay, sir, can we start the
yes, please. We should.
Namaste and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Apollo family members, it is my honor to welcome all of you to the celebration of Doctor's Day. During the course of its 4-decade journey, Apollo has touched over 150 million lives in more than one way. The flame of healing ignited by our beloved chairman many years ago has glowed with pride to be the healthcare guardian of the world. And this flame has been very bravely carried forward by the doctors of Apollo. There aren't enough words to thank you all in keeping up the fight in these difficult times. These difficult times have helped us understand the essence of life and has brought out our hidden strength and willpower to face the invisible enemy. We've all been true karma yogis. Our place of work has truly become our place of worship. To salute the spirit of dedication of our doctors, we have a special audio visual on this Doctor's Day.
Day after day, after day, after day, after day, after day, of not knowing night from day, of being there, of holding hands, of being on one's feet, of being on call, of being recalled, of hours non-stop, of racing against the clock, of fighting a pandemic in a battle epic, of holding on to every breath, of not knowing when the days will end, but knowing that hope will triumph. That come what may, there will be someone there to care, today and tomorrow and the day after.
Thank you, Sharab. This past year has been an especially trying time for humanity. When the world around us was falling apart, the clinical fraternity was the one pillar that stood strong and braved all storms. To acknowledge the valiant efforts of all our doctors, I now request Dr. Anupam Sibal, Group Medical Director, to share his thoughts on Doctors Day. Over to you, Dr. Anupam.
Respected Chairman, Ms. Preeta, Ms. Sunita, Ms. Shobna, Ms. Sangeeta, members of the Apollo family, namaste, a very happy Doctors Day. When Chairman established the Apollo Hospitals Group in 1983, he laid emphasis on three pillars of clinical, academic, and research excellence, and this is reflected in our mission statement. Today is day 519 of the pandemic, and when we look back, we have excelled clinically in very trying times. We have treated more than 150,000 COVID patients. We've done this based on evidence. Our guidelines have been revised 43 times. Media reports did not guide our practice, science did. We were the first to use remdesivir, IL-6 antagonist, monoclonal antibody cocktail simultaneously at multiple centers across India. We have performed as many as 15 confirmatory COVID tests per minute. We deployed technology effectively. We now have 23 ECMO machines. We airlifted patients, and while dealing with COVID, we met the complex needs of the non-COVID patients, from cardiac to neuro to onco to ortho to transplants to minimal access surgery to gynae to peds. In academics, our consultants published a record 583 papers, 57 book chapters, and 10 books since the start of the pandemic. We enhanced our DNB program, which now has 969 trainees in 44 FNB broad and super specialties, and that works to 10% of India's DNBs. Turning to research, we were a part of 38 trials pertaining to just COVID, from genomics to diagnostics to treatment to vaccines. Our COVID approach through Project Quach made it to NEJM, and our AI work to Nature. We have the second highest publications on COVID from India at 244. Overall, in terms of publications on PubMed, we have the third highest publications at 2,387 after AIMS and PGI. Our work on post-vaccination infections in 30,000 healthcare workers across the group was appreciated by the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization, and several government agencies have been interested in our data that vaccination provides protection against the Delta variant. On this Doctors' Day, we would like to express gratitude to all doctors for the exemplary service to the community, to the senior doctors for their resilience, fortitude, and valor, and to our young doctors for their energy, enthusiasm, and commitment. The Apollo medical team will strive to bring back smiles with compassion and kindness. As I end, I quote from the Charak Samhita dating back to 300 BC. He who regards kindness to humanity as his supreme religion and treats his patients accordingly succeeds best in achieving his aims of life and obtains the greatest pleasures. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Apollo has always been at the helm of clinical innovation. It is a well-known fact that when our chairman took the revolutionary path, healthcare in India took a giant leap. To continue the streak of bringing new age innovations to strengthen our clinical program, we have a few launches lined up. First up is the launch of the Simulation Lab. Apollo Simulation Center is the first of its kind for training postgraduates in India, which is based out of Apollo Vanagaram campus in an 8,000 square feet facility. The state-of-the-art simulation center, which is the brainchild of Medical Education Department, Chennai, has sophisticated task trainers and cutting-edge high-fidelity mannequins, making it one of its kind in India for PG training. We have an audio visual to showcase the Apollo Simulation Lab.
One of its kind in India.
Why the need for simulation and communication? It is an 7.5 crore outlay and it's got
There is an error. I'll sharing again.
Welcome to Apollo Simulation Center, a state-of-the-art postgraduate teaching and training center with sophisticated task trainers and cutting-edge high-fidelity mannequins, making it one of its kind in India.
why the need for simulation training. So patient safety, quality improvement, competence-based training, teamwork and communication. It is an 7.5 crore outlay and it's got multiple training task centers for different departments. Apollo Simulation Center will be
To the next. Move to the next.
You can come back again.
Move to the next. If it's not playing or something else, move to the next. Unless it's playing everywhere.
We'll replay the video once again, sir.
Welcome to Simulation Center, a state-of-the-art postgraduate teaching and training center with sophisticated tasks.
Go back to.
We'll come back to this. We'll come
There
back
is
to
a
this.
clarity issue. Can you replay the video, please?
We'll come back to this video, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, just proceed. Whoever's controlling, you can always play it again.
Okay. Should we move on, Saurabh?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is the launch of the Apollo Knowledge Service Portal, an online global CME platform designed for medical professionals with an objective to deliver excellence in medical education, research, and clinical care. It helps them stay abreast in their specialty with access to new clinical trends and techniques. Over to you, Saurabh, for the AV on Apollo Knowledge Series Portal.
Healthcare is evolving rapidly with new technologies. To deliver superior outcomes with patient care, clinicians must be up to date with these advancements. Over the past 3 decades, Apollo Hospital has ensured the successfully achieved excellence in education, research, and development. Apollo Hospital brings the knowledge source. AKS aims to bring knowledge and experience very knowledge specialists out to grab how to interact with patients. Every clinician at Apollo Hospital similarly or expertise to a CME program. To a clinicians can forward to a calendar of seats. Choose to be a part of the clinicians will now be able to appreciate from centers of excellence and specialists and medical specialists, all specialists, also photo series, where expertise in expertise connected.
So, Dr. Venkat, what we'll do is we'll come back to the video series once the leadership address is over.
Okay. So the third launch is the Apollo Clinical Transformation Program, which is the next step in e-learning. It's a unique online learning management system which gives the clinical learners an accessible tool with in-depth knowledge sharing base. The online platform will leverage Oracle LMS platform, assign learning modules, track, measure, and report progress through specific learning activities. We'll play these AVs at the end.
Some bandwidth issues.
Now I would like to invite Ms. Shobana Kaminini, Executive Vice Chairperson, to share her thoughts on Doctors' Day.
Namaste. Namaste to everyone, and happy Doctors' Day. I love the video at the beginning that really said, you know, at no time in the world have so few been called upon for so long to save the world. And I think that everyone is truly grateful. And the way that which, you know, Anupam has spoken also just says it also. All I want to say is that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for two things. One is that I'm grateful to be part of Apollo Hospitals, India's largest healthcare network. And we're fighting every day on all different fronts. And it's such a privilege to be able to support the doctors and the teams every day when we come to work. We feel that we're with you in this battle, and we'll continue to support everything you do and also be grateful that you're there with us. The second thing that I'm grateful for is that as a child of a doctor who puts himself on the line every single day, I'm so grateful that that my dad is well and he's making it through this pandemic so bravely. So to all the children out there, your dads and moms are amazing and they've done so much. And we will always be grateful and proud. So thank you very much and happy Doctors' Day.
All the best, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I request Ms. Sunita Reddy, Managing Director, Apollo Hospitals, to share her views.
Good morning and namaste to all of you, doctors. It's such a pleasure to be with you on this day, to congratulate, to celebrate all that you've done for us, not only during COVID, but in helping build Apollo to what it is today, a system that is multi-network across India, goes even beyond India in many forms and many formats. This morning I got so many phone calls and so many messages, and they said to me, "Happy Doctors' Day." So I really felt like a doctor, but more than anything else, you know, I took so much pride in the fact that I am part of this wonderful healthcare system. And the messages, most of them read like this. They said that we live easy, we breathe easy, knowing that we're so connected to Apollo and that Apollo is in our backyard. So this is what we've earned. You know, we've earned the trust of so many people, and we've inspired the commitment of, and you've inspired the commitment of so many nurses and housekeeping boys. This is what you doctors have done. And it's not just this year, but beyond. But this year was remarkable because it was a year of COVID, and it was a year in which we demonstrated resilience. Resilience for the healthcare system, which really is something that was challenged. Resilience is invisible. It is innate. And yet we never know it till we are truly challenged. And this year, we showed that we had the ability, the agility to reveal our resilience. At Apollo, we really went beyond the call of duty. While you hear stories in New York where doctors had to take a choice between ventilating an old person who was 80 years old or a young one, they had to make those difficult choices. I think Apollo, the system, allowed us to make those choices. We didn't have to make those choices because we were allowed to we got 100 ventilators, 25 ECMO systems. We really geared our system up. And this is the defining spirit of Apollo, that during this difficult time, we were able to come together to overcome the pandemic. And we did so in a way that, I think the rest of the world recognized how outstanding it is. I would like to mention that we went beyond our physical barriers, that with Shobna and Sangeeta and their teams, that we were no longer thinking about being limited by 10,000 beds. We went into people's homes through home care. We did 20,000 episodes of home care. We treated 40,000 patients. And more importantly, 24/7 with the digital consult. When, I think they're doing about 5,000 digital consults and they've finished over 500,000. So quite a record-breaking phenomena. And all this possible because there were doctors there to do those teleconsults. I would just like to end by saying Happy Doctors' Day to our 11,000 doctors and their families. You are the heart and soul of Apollo. And just like winter always turns to spring, we must live our lives with this courage and commitment. And my special wish to each and every doctor is I wish you good health, I wish you happiness, and I wish you courage to face every new day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I now invite Ms. Preetha Reddy, Executive Vice Chairperson, to share her views on Doctors' Day.
Namaste. How does one say thank you to the Apollo family of 11,000 and 11 lakh doctors throughout India who are part of our healthcare system? The year has shown us that you really have gone beyond the call of duty to do whatever you can for the patients who need it. We've also put India on the global map for the kind of work which comes and all the quality outcomes. I think as an institution, we have grown with each other and we've been always available to collaborate, to invest in the best of technology ever. But I think today is a day just to thank everyone for being such amazing human beings. So in a little way, I thought, let me do something which will last a long time. So this morning we went and planted 11,000 trees on behalf of our 11,000 clinicians in the city of Chennai to increase the green cover. It was just an idea which Jayashree from my office thought about sometime last evening and organized it. I want to say this because, you are COVID warriors and you're fighting that big sea of COVID. There's also the big sea of climate change. And we need to do something in that area too. So it seemed like a good way to say thank you and also to say that may your tribe last forever and provide succor, coverage, look after people just like trees do. And so for every tree which is planted, may your tribe and may your family grow. And thank you for being such an amazing team Apollo. And we're always there to support you all in whichever way you'd like. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now it's time for our very own hero to take the center stage. He has touched the lives of millions of people with the single-minded devotion of giving to society the best healthcare in the world. I now invite our beloved chairman, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, to share a few words on this momentous occasion.
What can I say? I just want to say a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for everyone who has cooperated over the last 38 years. And each one of you who made that significant difference to say, what more can we do? How can we do things better? How can we do better than the best centers anywhere in the world? This concept came to me because I'm a cardiologist. When I came back to India, the facilities in India were not there if a patient needed heart surgery. I used to send them abroad. One of those days I lost an young man. You know why? He couldn't raise $50,000. And I thought to myself, if Indian doctors, Indian scientists, Indian engineers are far excellent overseas, why can't we have it here? But then, you know, the country has a lot of laws. All of this was, for me, I visited Delhi as a visitor before going abroad. And when this concept came, I went to Delhi not knowing how I'm going to bring this transformation and allow government to understand that Indian doctors, Indian hospitals will and shall give the best possible care that anybody can give anywhere in the world. I'm happy. Whatever, I thank everybody, the ministers, the prime minister, the secretaries, the undersecretaries, everybody who cooperated in that and made the first hospital sitting in this room. I recollect the first day, September 18, 1983, when our late President Nani Zay Singh inaugurated this hospital. And today, if you look back just this 1 year, you heard from Anupam what the world has gone through and what India went through, and did we lack in any manner what any doctor anywhere else could have done? This is what makes me feel proud. And I'm very confident that in many things that we have done, you know, starting about heart, you know, as I said, there was not heart surgery, acceptable heart surgery. Today we have done the world's largest number of heart surgeries with the success rate equivalent to the best centers in the world at a fraction of the cost. We have done the transplants and overtook Mayo. So in practically everything, whatever we have done. So today we have undertaken saying, today's oncology was yesterday's cardiology. So we took on oncology. I'm happy that the team oncology is now trying to see that they are one of the best, not in the country, in the city, but in the world itself. So I think that is the spirit that we all have. That's the spirit that Apollo doctor, Apollo family member, because whenever I say a doctor, I think here we must think saying it's a whole team. It's a nurse behind him. It is the various, what Sangeeta says, the superheroes behind who supported them right from the sterilization onwards. All of these have made that big difference to make Apollo today to say we do whatever can happen anywhere in the world. I think this is not a pride for you and me. I think it's a pride that for India. And this is where I think we need to step on this and say, when we look at future Apollo should now look at three things. Number one, we should say we will be, global healthcare leaders. You know why? The world has no choice. We're the only country with young people. So if we train them well, enough doctors, enough nurses, enough sisters, all of these, we'll have sufficient manpower in the healthcare, and we'll be able to give enough for the rest of the world, like what IT did. So that's one. The second most important thing that we all need to do to be number one in the world is we need to do more clinical trials. We need to do more clinical research. We need to do innovation, and then we should do patent. Why aren't we doing this? If a small country like Israel is second to the US in this, I think we need to wake up, and I'm very happy that that the simulation center, which our DMS has started, will be such beginning. I think we'll think of many things in the days, not even days, in the hours and minutes to come, to see how we can bridge that gap and be on top of the world. You know why? It's not that that you take pride. It's something which, that happiness that brings you saying that we have brought to the world the best possible care in medicine. I know you will do it. That, as I said, 38 years ago in this room, I sat here. In that room, Shobana was sitting there with the architect, not knowing what a hospital planning was. Today, we have overcome all of these. And then made excellent hospitals, excellent outcomes. And if you look at the most critical period, which none of us in our lifetimes have faced, the COVID times. In the COVID times, how everyone has worked together to make that difference to people is what makes us saying, we are Indians, we are proud that we can do what the world can do. We are proud that we can show the world what Indians can do. God bless all of you. Doctors, I have a special message for all of you. Because most of the people during pandemic, they all panicked. They panicked and they were at home. But it's you who came to see the COVID patient. You did not think that about your own personal risk, but you thought of the patient and made that service. So I think this is commendable. For that, I want to thank you, and I want to say express my sincere thing for your family, who allowed you to do this. But this is why I think in Apollo we have done for the first time to move to the next level. You know, from management of disease, I think we must now move on to prevention of disease. So for the first time, I think way back in 1974, we started the health checkup. Today, we are going to give a great prominence for pro-health. This pro-health, I think, will make that big difference so that with this disease burden, which is predicted by World Economic Forum, that 80% of the deaths will be from NCDs, and then the cost burden is going to be $30 trillion, and India's burden will be $3.8 trillion. I'm not afraid of the money, but I'm afraid of the family who is going to lose that young one. Who is the breadwinner of the family? So I think whatever we do, we're doing towards that goal. I think we can and we will do. And I just want to say, let each one of us say, there is nothing that I will spare to make the country and the world a healthier and happier world. God bless all of you. I love you all. I love you all. But I can say many things how I admire you, because I have heard from so many people. You know, your doctors, your staff are outstanding. Nowhere in the world can you get a care of this type. So I can admire you like that. But what I'm really wanting to say, I want to inspire you. I want to inspire you saying that we will and we shall be the best healthcare system anywhere in the world. And none of us is sparing. As Preeta mentioned, about what Shobho and Sangeeta have done on 24/7. It's going to connect the people from their home. It's going to connect the people from the world. So I think this is where we are going to move across and see that we will and we shall remain as a major healthcare delivery center anywhere in the world. God bless you all. I love you. I love you. I love you all. but you are absolutely super people, because I saw, a few of my doctors when I came here, as I got down from the car, to see their faces brimming with happiness, instead of saying in COVID time, I worked so hard, instead of being exhausted, they were all brimming with happiness. So this is what brings, when you do this type of things, it brings you that happiness and that strength. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words of wisdom, it always inspires us to work hard and achieve bigger things. Sorry for the technical glitch in playing the videos. If Saurabh, you're ready, we will play the videos of Simulation Lab, Apollo Knowledge Series, and Apollo Clinical Transformation. Over to you, Saurabh.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Apollo Simulation Center, a state-of-the-art postgraduate teaching and training center with sophisticated task trainers and cutting-edge high-fidelity mannequins, making it one of its kind in India.
Why the need for simulation training? For patient safety, quality improvement, competence-based training, teamwork and communication. It is an 7.5 crore outlay and it's got multiple training task centers for different departments. Apollo Simulation Center will be useful for undergraduates, postgraduates, for conducting continuous medical education, for credentialing purposes. It will be useful for medico-legal purposes as well. As educators, we have a responsibility towards our students, our patients, and the society at large.
Learners often find it difficult to translate classroom teaching to clinical practice, especially when it comes to skill training. At the Apollo Simulation Center, we plan to train learners in basic and advanced skills through repeated, deliberate practice in a psychologically safe environment where they are encouraged to question, commit mistakes, and learn from the same. Simulation is a future of medical education and is mandatory for quality improvement and patient safety. The Apollo Simulation Center is here to make a difference.
This is our chairman's dream project. Few years ago, when he went to a lab called Sidra in Doha, Qatar, he came back and said, we need to provide one of the largest simulation labs providing quality education to all our students. Sir, I think true to what you said, this is going to be one of the best labs offering simulation services to postgraduates across this region.
Saurabh, can you play the video on Apollo Knowledge Series, please?
Healthcare is evolving rapidly with newer technologies. To deliver superior outcomes with patient care, clinicians must be up to date with these advancements. Over the past 3 decades, Apollo Hospital is ensured to successfully achieve excellence in education, research, and development. To complement all clinician practices in an evolving environment, Apollo Hospitals brings the Apollo Knowledge Series. In a digitally connected world, AKS aims to bring to doctors knowledge that is curated by renowned specialists without geographical limitations. Every clinician at Apollo Hospital can assimilate his or her expertise into a CME program. Through AKS, clinicians can look forward to a calendar of these programs. They can choose to be a part of them or view the recording. Clinicians will now be able to appreciate many interesting case studies from centers of excellence and network with specialists at Apollo. Whether it's medical students, specialists, or super specialists, Apollo Knowledge Series is the forum where expertise connects. Apollo Knowledge Series. Expertise connected.
Rob, the video on the Apollo clinical transformation.
World of learning around has been evolving, and so are we. Our dedication to our doctors. This on Doctors Day is ACT Apollo Clinical Transformation Program, a unique online platform to deliver recurring clinical lectures to all residents, DNB students, and other doctors across the Apollo. It will help our doctors to access the learning content and undergo the programs whenever and wherever across Android and iOS devices. This program is built by leveraging Oracle Learn Cloud platform to onboard, assign learning modules, track and measure, and report progress through specific learning activities. The clinical lectures will be archived and easily accessible to all, for quick reference at any point of time, as it will features video learning modules for quick and easier grasp. By creating a mandatory learning framework, where students and learners are assigned specific learning hours, assessments. The tracking feature will enable to tracking and measuring performance for each individual. For recognition and reward, we instantly provide star ranking from bronze, silver, gold and platinum based on the completion of courses. Additionally, the platform has the ability to capture the learner's feedback and rating of the courses and make suggestions and recommendations for modifications and introduction of new courses. This will further strengthen the building of Apollo's culture of continuous learning that can directly impact the quality of clinical outcomes. Presenting the next step in e-learning at its best, Apollo Clinical Transformation Program.
Thank you so much, Saurabh. Ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to add one, during the, I talked about pro health. We felt that the NCDs issues are going to be such severe problem. All of Apollo employees, that is Apollo staff member, his wife, his adult child, must all have a free health checkup. I still recollect my board when they said, how many thousands of crores is going to cost? I said, it's not the money. It is what you're going to do for them. So I hope all of you had this checkup somehow because of the COVID. It has not happened as I would have wanted it to happen. Please, for the sake of yourself, for the sake of your family, you have your checkup, you have your spouse checkup, and your adult child checkup, and we'll follow you throughout. And as I said, they have already brought Apollo 24/7. Your data will be there. Anywhere you go, whatever you want, I think the data is available, and this will make a very significant impact in maintaining good health. You need good health. I wish you good health. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is rightly said that some people make the world special by just being in it. It would not be wrong to say that each and every one of you are certainly one such person. We can never say enough thank yous to the dedication you have shown day after day and year after year to treat every patient. It is rightly said that never before has so much been asked from so few for so long, and Apollo salutes the strength it takes to keep 1.4 billion population strong. I would like to thank our beloved chairman, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, for his vision, leadership, and the opportunity he has provided all of us. I would like to thank Ms. Preeta Reddy, Ms. Sunita Reddy, Ms. Shobhana Kamineni, and Ms. Sangeeta Reddy for their valuable guidance and support. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for your presence today to lead the celebration. I would like to thank all the consultants and the junior doctors who have joined us today. The wonderful teamwork of all the nurses, the paramedics, and the administrative staff needs special mention here, and we are grateful to all of them for their support. I would also like to thank the members of the organizing team for their efforts in making this virtual event a real resounding success. Namaste.
Namaste. You want the recording?
How do you do it from there?
Huh?
Bye, Dad. Sunit, Pitaka. Bye.